What are you doing? Being a goat? Welcome back to Trove One, everybody. I'm down here at the pasture again, just kind of thinking things over, figuring out what to do on some stuff. Trying to figure out on like the goat and the sheep, ways to utilize them as efficiently as possible to bring benefit to the property and also to keep them healthy and growing. So we got a lot of stuff to figure out, and I'm just going over some of it in my head, like on fencing and things like that. There's a lot of stuff, but right now I got a load of these are wood pellets. We have a pellet stove in the house, so we're heating with wood pellets, and if you get them in bulk you get a discount. So my poor truck here is kind of squatted at the moment because I have a little over 2,000 pounds of wood pellets in here for the pellet stove. So I need to go unload these, get them in the dry. This, I hope, is enough for all winter, but we'll see. We've been burning a mixture of these fuel pellets and some whole corn, but I did the math today, and it is cheaper for me to buy these wood pellets in bulk than to even do the mixture of corn in bulk. So I'm going to be running whole wood pellets, which actually burn cleaner, and I don't have to clean the stove out as much, so kind of like that idea anyway. It's really windy, so the audio may be terrible on this, but I also have a mineral block. This is for the sheep and the goats, and then this is a salt / mineral block for the cows. Just give them a little bit more nutrients since they're eating more hay right now since it's getting cold. But I'm gonna get these out for them. The mineral block for the sheep is a little different than for the cows because the sheep don't need copper, and a lot of mineral blocks have copper in them. So I've got one that's more for sheep and goats, but it doesn't have the copper. So I'm going to put that in their pen and then get this other one out for the cows. I got to put another hay bale out for these guys pretty soon or start peeling stuff off for them because they've been going through the hay pretty quick. The colder it gets, the faster they eat it. Even with only 2 cows, it doesn't take long. If I peel the bales off and feed them a little at a time, I can kind of ration it out. If I put the whole bale out, they tend to waste more, and they go through it a lot faster because they can just eat as much as they want. So it just takes more time to ration it out for them, but it's more efficient. So I'll go back and forth on it right now. I'm going to peel some more off and do that so that it's a little bit more efficient and our hay will go a little bit longer. There you go. Enjoy. Eventually, I'll get one of the big mineral tubs. It'll have a little bit more nutrients. That's mostly salt with a mixture of minerals in it. But I didn't have room in my truck for one of the big tubs today, and they're quite a bit more expensive. So this is what they're going to get for now. You don't have to stand on it, goofball. It's to eat, not to stand on. You guys are smarter than that, aren't you? Goats. Yeah. You're a little fat thing. You need to go on a diet. I know it's good for them to have the mineral. My only concern is if they're going to consume too much of it. Currently doesn't seem to be a problem because they're not even eating it. But you want them to have minerals, but sometimes it's bad for them to have too much, is my understanding. If you've had goats or sheep, let me know. Is it better to leave a mineral block in here all the time, or is it better to get bagged mineral and give them specific amounts in smaller quantities so they're not overeating on it? Same thing really goes for cows. You don't want them to consume too much, but I don't think it's as big a deal for cows as it is for sheep and goats. Now horses, it's probably even bigger of a deal. Horses and donkeys and stuff, I think they're even more of a problem. We used to have horses out here a long time ago. I used to have a horse named Sassy that was out here, and these panels were our round pen where we would do like lunges and different things with them and try to train them. I never did as much as I should, but I enjoyed having a horse, but a horse is a lot of work. Without a real benefit. Cows, you can either have milk cows and you're getting dairy, or you have beef cows like we have and you reproduce, you get beef. And then the goats are less productive, but I think I can use them for like weed management and some things like that, where I've got areas with greenbrier and stuff in the pasture. I can put them there. I've got sections of woods that I think I can use them to thin out. I've got cedar trees out here that have a lot of vines and stuff growing up in them, and I think I can put the goat around that tree. They'll eat the cedar tree up as far as they can reach, and they'll also kill all the vines that are under it by eating those. So that'll help the tree be healthier by getting rid of the vines that are in it, and it'll also bring the branches up so that more light can get under the cedar tree, so the branches aren't so low to the ground, and that'll allow us to grow more grass, which is good because we need more grass for the cows and the sheep and everything. So I think I can strategically use these animals to improve our pasture and our property. It's just going to take a little bit of work to do them, to move them around to the different places. But then as I move them, then they're just doing all the work for me, so I don't have to go in and try to cut these branches off or do some of that stuff. And I can also, if I do need to trim trees or something, I can throw that into their pen and the goat will eat on a lot of that, and then I'm not just burning as much stuff, which means I'm getting more out of it. So the goat's getting nutrients. I'm using the resources that we have more efficiently, which is part of the goal. Use the resources to produce food and manage the property in a way that's beneficial for the property, but also beneficial for our family. Like this tree, for instance, there's a couple trees here, all kinds of brush and stuff. If I could get the goat in here to eat these branches up and eat the vines out, this tree will be healthier. There's a good cedar in here. And if I ever need the timber from the cedar, I can cut the cedar, take it to somebody with a mill and get some cedar milled out of it. And also I've got pines on the property as well. So anything with pine, there's a lot of good wood in that if we can keep them healthy. And then if we do need to cut them down, well, then we can cut them down, take them to a local guy to get milled for us, and then we'll have some lumber. Or maybe eventually we'll get our own sawmill, but they're kind of expensive. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't have time to fool with it. But I would like to be able to utilize the timber on the property if we ever need to, instead of just, cutting it down or burning it, or if it dies or whatever. So trying to utilize the resources we have as efficiently as possible to produce better property and maintain the property, and also to produce food for our family. So it's a combination of things. All right, enough of this. I got my hog feed here. So we're good on all that for right now. Still got plenty of hay for now. I just need to take that load of fuel pellets to the house, get those in one of the buildings where they'll stay dry, so they'll burn well and keep the house warm all winter. I'm hoping 2,000 pounds will be sufficient for the winter, but I don't know yet how fast these things are gonna get consumed, especially when it gets really cold. I've been buying just a couple, 2 or 3 bags at a time, mixing it with some of the bulk corn I had for feeding the deer, which I'll probably do till I run out of corn. But I'm curious to see how long is 2,000 pounds of fuel pellets going to last me. 2,000 pounds costs me like $250, I think. There's a discount per bag when you get at least 50 of them, which is how many is on this pallet. But that still adds up. So we'll find out if it's more efficient than electricity, if I'm saving money by using the fuel, or if I need to swap to a wood burning stove, which I'm really tempted to do. The fuel pellets are clean and easy. It automatically turns on and off, and it seems to heat pretty good, but I don't know how well it's going to keep up when it gets really cold. We're in Arkansas. We don't get super cold, but there's something about a wood burning stove, an actual wood burning stove, that's what I grew up with at my house growing up and at my grandparents. And I just like cutting firewood and doing firewood. Now, as I get older, I may not like it as much because of the physical difficulty of it, but I like cutting down a tree, splitting the wood, stacking the wood, prepping for winter. You're getting warm twice. You get warm once when you cut it, and you get warm again when you burn it. So I like that, but I also like the easiness of the fuel pellets and the cleanness of it. And also I feel like it's safer as far as like a house fire or something's concerned. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab the boys and we're gonna get these things unloaded. All right, we need to get all that unloaded. We're gonna put it in this shop. We gotta clean it up in here. We had the chicks in here for a while, And of course, we haven't lived here very long, so we haven't got everything arranged. This shop has gotten it's a disaster. But I think we're gonna put our pellets right here on a pallet. We gotta sweep up the rest of the straw that got spilled. And then we got all our feed cans here, get them arranged, because that's like our chicken feed and our chick feed, dog food, cat food, all that stuff. And that'll get all that stuff that we frequent. We'll be getting it a lot. We'll be right here by the door. And then we'll get the rest of this straw cleaned up and put into laying boxes and things like that, so we don't waste it. Okay. We'll put our chicken feed in this bigger one. Because it holds more, so we can put 50-pound bags in there and they fit better. And then this one we'll put.
You can probably put like 3 bags of chicken feed and that comes in.
And then this one will still have the cat food.
Okay, we got it all swept up. I don't want Mama to get it into our bag.
All right, there we go. 53 bags of wood pellets. We'll see how long that lasts us. And then we got our dog food, chicken food, chick feed, cat food. I gotta take our goat and sheep food down the road to our other shed. But that is one task accomplished. Alright, done fooling with animals for a little bit. Now I need to get up on the roof. Because there's an old pole up here with a cell signal booster antenna on it. And it looks obnoxious and the wire's not connected anymore. So if I want cell signal booster, I'll put up my own. But I want to get most of that pipe down because I don't like how it looks. But I gotta get on the roof for that. And this roof is really, really steep. We have a really steep pitch on this house. And it's kind of sketchy to get on, but I need to get it down, so I'm gonna try to get up there without falling off and get that pulled down because it's annoying me. Pretty sure one of the warning stickers says not to climb out of your scissor lift, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, I gotta have both my hands, otherwise I might fall off of here. All right, so here's where the pole is. I guess they just ran this down I'm assuming there's a hole in the roof there, which I do not like. I got to seal that up. That's not sealed very good. But they got a joint here I can pull apart, and then I got to unclamp it up there without falling off of this roof. Like I said, it's steep, and this side just drops off. It's a little sketchy. I won't be doing a whole lot of stuff on this roof because it's just too steep and too high risk. At least here, if I fall, I've got that portion of the roof down there by the lift. So if I aim for that, that'll catch me before I fall off on the ground. All right, I got the pole off, got the whole thing off. They have a little clamp here for the base of that, but it was not sealed up very well, so I'm glad I came up here and looked at it. I got quite a bit of work to do on this roof. There's a lot of nails like this exposed. That should not be exposed. That looks like that's been that way since the roof was put on. I don't think I've got any leaks, but that's the kind of stuff that will leak. So this has got to be, I'll probably get a piece of shingle, cover this whole thing up, and seal that real good. Seal those. A lot of this flashing down through here, there's nails and there's no caulk or anything on that. So I'm going to get some of the good roofing caulk, nail all this back down good, and then seal it all up, because it's just too many things that I don't think they're leaking, but they look like they could leak. So I'll get it all fixed before something does start leaking. But other than that, I think we're good. Just don't look down. That's what they say anyway. I've got a bunch of these nails through here that need to be sealed up. I think the chimney's good. Other than that spot right there, I feel like that's not sealed very well, so I need to seal that up. There's a nail down there that I need to seal up. And then there's some tie-off points up here, but I'm not sure I trust this one. Might need to open up the wall inside and see what that's fastened to. But there's one on both sides, so I guess I get a harness and a rope and fasten off right here, so at least I don't hit the ground if I did slide off. But I don't have the caulk for this today, so I'm gonna have to come back and do that another day. And then I need to get some high heat for that chimney, seal it up good. All right, time for our next project, Christmas lights. We gotta get some Christmas lights up on the house, which means I have to climb up that extension ladder to get all the way up there. There's already hooks on the eave, which is nice. They've had lights up there before, but I gotta work all the way across this section on that big old extension ladder. So that's always fun. These little hooks look like they've been up here for a while, but they're still working pretty good. All right, I got this side done. This part of the roof is one of the scariest I've been on, even though the drop isn't near as much, it's not as tall, but the shingles here are in worse shape and the little pebbles are coming off, and so you just start sliding down the roof. I was gonna take this dish off, but I think I might leave it here because it's the only thing over here to grab onto before you fall off the roof. So I can go up right here, work my way across up there holding onto the top, and then come down right here. So at least if I start sliding, I mean, it won't feel good, but at least it might stop me from falling off. All right, I got quite a few lights up now, and the kids had to leave with Sarah for a while, and they think that was all the lights that I had because I didn't show them the rest. but I had twice that many because I have more in the truck, and I've got some old ones over here. So I'm gonna keep putting lights up until I run out of lights at work and places to put them, which I shouldn't run out of places to put them. But yeah, it's always kind of fun surprising the kids with stuff when they think it's gonna be one thing and you make it better, or you surprise them with something. That just brings me satisfaction. If it was just me and Sarah, I would not put all these lights up. It'd be too much work, and the reward wouldn't be worth it. But with the kids, they love it, so it makes it more rewarding. Well, I am done putting up lights, mostly because I'm out of lights. I think it turned out looking pretty good, though. I think the kids will enjoy it. So it's the next day. The kids were super excited about the lights when they got home last night, so that's always fun. They really enjoyed it. They weren't expecting that many. But then they proceeded to go into my shed and dig out a tub of older lights. I didn't even realize we're still in there or we're any good. And they tested them all this morning as soon as they got up. And then after they finished their school, they've been out decorating the back deck and their swing set and things like that. So they're putting up a bunch more back there. I don't know where all they're gonna put them. I'm just gonna let them free range. Those are older lights. They can put them wherever they want that's not in the way. So I'm headed to the deer stand this evening. I just got maybe an hour of daylight left, so I'm just gonna sit down here at the deer stand for a little bit with my crossbow and see if anything comes in. And then when I get back, well, I think I gotta feed the sheep and the cows and stuff, but I think Sarah may come down and do that with the kids. Anyway, when I get back, I'll show you what the kids did on the lights, and we'll see how much they added. Oh, no deer today, but let's see what the kids did. They added all of these white lights around the railing. They added a bunch of lights over here on their swing set. All these red lights and green lights. I remember decorating as a kid. I loved decorating for Christmas, and I would put lights, all the lights we had on the outside of the house that my parents would let me. They added these loops right here. So, and they're not done yet. They still have several more strings of lights that they're going to put up once they get them untangled. So we're gonna have plenty of lights. You know, it's nice and Christmassy around here. But I think we're gonna go eat some dinner and call it a day. And I think I'll wrap this video up here. So lots more stuff to do around here, but at least we've got a bunch of Christmas lights up now. So thanks for watching. I'm Marble. And we'll see you next time. Yeah. Should feel good. Feel good. You good scratch. Scratch. Bye.